Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today, it's going to be a match between Killer and Strelok here on Heartbreak Ridge. Left side of the map, red Zerg player, it is Killer. And on the right side of the map, it is the orange Terran player, Strelok. Like this guy a lot, man. He is very cool. Very cool Terran player. Got a whole pack of games from him. He doesn't win every single one, because if he did, he would be the best Terran player that ever lived, because there are so many replays in this pack, you guys. Got it off of TeamLiquid.net. If you don't know what Team Liquid is, then you're probably new to StarCraft. But yeah, TL.net is where you can find it. They have a lot of games there, but they started out as a StarCraft site. StarCraft Brood War, StarCraft SC2. And yeah, go check it out. You can find information about players, you can find build orders, there's a forum you can post on, and it's not as toxic as the Blizzard forums, I can tell you that much. Alrighty then. Drone heading down. Going for a hatch first. Hold on. Maybe he is not. Maybe he is not going for hatchery first. What are you scouting with a drone? I'm cool. Strelok wanted a quick pause there, which is interesting, but holy smokes, he's scouting with a drone. I take it entirely back. I guess he's not at 12 supply yet. Could be a 9 pool here too. Nope, there's the Overlord, so definitely not going to be that one. 2 more drones on the way, and then another one, and then we're going to go for, there you go. We can go for one more, and then for the 12 hatch. It really feels like that's what we're looking at here. And the drone scout is going to hurt him economically for a little bit, but he really wants to know what Strelok is up to. At a minute 30. I mean, the only thing Strelok could be doing now that's untoward, honestly, is going for a proxy, which this would find. It basically recognized there's nothing inside the main. There's a proxy somewhere, right? I mean, I guess it did delay construction on this barracks for a tiny bit, and he's going to steal the gas, which is really annoying. Ooh, cancels. Comes back in. Hold on. Does that regenerate the health on your drone? Whoa, hold on. It just went down really fast. Did it just visually show the drone went back to full health, but then it dropped really fast when the game was like, just kidding, he's not full health at all. He just turned himself into an extractor and then canceled it. And then the SCV's got another couple shots off and he was back down to like 5 health. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a bug. I wonder if that's just a graphical glitch where it says, yeah, or just a canceled building, the drone goes back to 100% health, even if it wasn't. And it shouldn't be. If that was, man, can you imagine if that was the case? I mean, it would cost the Zerg resources, because canceled buildings do cost resources. Could you scout forever in that case? Not really, because eventually Marines would come out and they need to be dead, but I can't really think of a situation where that would be too helpful, other than maybe a time when, oh, I'm trying to think. Like your opponent castles, forces you to cancel your 3rd hatch, but then your drone doesn't die instantly because it's back up to full health, and then you can get it down more easily with help of supporting units. I don't know. I'm really stretching my brain to think of how that could work. But yeah, it just seemed like a graphical glitch regardless. So 1 barracks expand here from the Terran player. Feeling pretty greedy, honestly, at this point. No 2 racks opening, no going for a factory. He's just like, you know what we can do? We can just sit out here with 2 Marines and no bunker and not die. Because look, there's no gas, there's no speed for the Zerglings. There's a macro hatch coming up inside the main. Strelok is totally fine to not make a bunker. Totally fine to not go for a factory immediately. He is getting a 2nd barracks, though, which to me indicates more aggression than anything else. You don't really want to make 2 barracks just to defend with. That's a lot more Marines than you need to defend against Zerg for the most part, especially, again, if their speed is super late. So this feels like he's going for a bit of a Marine push. If we see an Academy coming up soon, that will help us see. Oh, there it is. Academy. Ding. Hey, look. On the way. Okay. So we're going to get Stim. We're going to get some medics, maybe some fire bats, depending on how many Zerglings are out for the Zerg player versus how many Hydralisks might exist, or maybe Mutalisks, depending on how we go. But the 2nd gas has not been taken yet. There is a lair on the way, however, which the SCV is still scouting. Strelok is scouting like an absolute boss man. Sees everything that's going on. SCVs have extra HP because they don't regenerate health automatically over time. So they're the best fighters straight up as far as workers are concerned in StarCraft. But again, it requires other SCVs to repair them, which costs resources, and that's why they're beefier, and that's why they are, again, able to win those battles. So double barracks fighting on in. There is your Academy. It's almost done. Let's see what research comes out of here first. Or maybe we just go for a medic first. I don't know. Let's check it out. Stim. Stim is the upgrade of the day. Marines, this is what I'm talking about. Marines are pushing out. This is a number of Marines for offense, not for defense. Pushing out just a little bit. Then there are some Zerglings out here, but I don't know about this. Yeah, that is time for sunken, right? See that number of Marines out at 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, okay, this is definitely going to be an attack. Definitely going to be an attack of some kind. Also, getting a third base would be nice, Killer. Strelok's on 2. You should be on 3. The math, it checks out. Trust me. Another SCV coming in just to scout the link count. And it's big. It is a big link count. Speed is not done for the Lings, which means you have a bit more time to prepare for this attack from the Zerglings. But again, this is Marines. This is a Fire Bat. This is 3 medics. Lings are not doing super well here. They're just not. Is there another Fire Bat on the way? Nope, just the one. Just the single Fire Bat in the mix. And man, the Lings, I think they really just want to catch the Terran as he moves out. They don't really want to jump in here. Attacking into a Terran is a dicey situation for Zerg. You really need to be confident into what you're doing if you're going to do it. And with just Zerglings, you need a lot of Zerglings to break this. Spire on the way. Second gas has been taken from Killer, and he has a third base coming up behind it. So the Lings are just containing. You're just making Strelok think twice before moving out, although Strelok's like, you know what, I thought twice, and let's go. Lings very smartly. This is some good control from Killer, by the way. His APM is very nice, by the way. 340, 350. Lings moving on out. Just, again, just trying to delay this attack for as long as possible, because Killer's been droning. Killer has been teching. He doesn't have a big army. In a direct engagement, this army dies to this army every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Bunker coming up at the front because he wants to move out, but he's also worried about the Lings coming in and backstabbing him while he's away. So Bunker's going to help with that. There's also 9 Mutalisks on the way. In case you were curious about that, Engineering Bay is complete. Missile turret construction needs to begin now, and it is. I don't know where, though. Where are these missile turrets coming up? Oh, right here. He's trying to protect his barracks. I mean, mineral line protection is also very good. Okay, so one coming up down in the main, and maybe one in the natural would be good, but no, huh? All right, so the Zerglings getting a free Marine there, but losing like 4 or 5 Zerglings in exchange. Not a good trade for the Lings, but that's okay. 2 more Mutas on the way. This is a very heavy commitment into Mutalisk. This is not tiny bits of harassment. This is like making 4 or 5 missile turrets per base to handle this many Mutas, including the 2 more that are coming to join, and here they are. Stacking them up. Very professional lack here, and yeah, I guess the Marines, what they can do is delay the Mutas from going into the main by just being out on the map. Because Mutas are really interested in picking off, like this, little groups of Marines that are straggling. So, right, Strelok gives up some Marines, but also the Mutalisks can't necessarily get in there and start harassing. They're too busy trying to kill individual Marine units out here. Lurker aspect on the way. And again, these Mutas can win this engagement. We've seen this before. We've seen the Mutas just win in this situation. They are injured, but there are 11 of them, and the Marine count is not super high right now. This is what I'm talking about. The medics can heal. Oh, there's more Marines joining the party, though. One Muta gets picked off. The control not quite perfect here from Killer. Much better there, though. Again, getting some free Marines is nice. Although I say free and another Mutalisk goes down, another Muta or 2. And yeah, it's just buying time. Just buying time for Lurker aspects to complete. Strelok decides, do we want to push forward? Do we want to wait for reinforcing Marines? Because I'm making them forward a time, which is just beautiful here at 8.5 minutes. Turret count, again, not super good against this many Mutalisks, but the number has been dropping fairly quickly. There's only 9 of them here. There's no more on the way. Queen's Nest coming in. Lurker aspect finishing up. Killer is saving up those resources to go for Lurkers, which is going to be pretty good against these Marines, as it turns out. Split can be good. Another Muta goes down. Killer being a little bit careless with his Mutas right now. But Hydras are ready to rock. They don't have speed upgrade because they're just going to be for Lurkers. That's pretty much what you want versus this bio play is Lurkers. Hydras don't trade super well versus this, especially with Stim. So, yep, 5 Lurkers on the way. 8 Hydras coming in here too. Mutas just trying to keep an eye on this army. Where did they go? Where are they coming in? They threatening my third base. Yes, they certainly are. Now they're... Oh, the Mutas, though. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, Killer. No, 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 no. Was he hold positioning those Mutas because they held there and they died? Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. That Lurker's going to die. Strelok. Might have gotten a bit of a lucky break there. Oh, Lurker's getting focused. Okay, that was a big hit. That was a big Lurker hit. Now everybody's kind of trapped between Lurkers and everybody dies. So, man, I'm talking about how Strelok is so great at this game, and then suddenly he gets surrounded by Lurkers and Sunkens and just gets absolutely massacred. So, I mean, losing all those mutos was a problem, but I'm not sure how much just usability they had throughout the rest of the game. But my goodness, those lurkers getting some work done. 7 kills. This is the guy. This is the guy that wiped out the vast majority of those Marines. And Strelok just didn't see it coming. He's like, I took down the Mutalisks. Awesome. Let's push into this third base. But then he got trapped. He got trapped and taken out. That was humongous. Hive on the way from Killer. Working on siege mode here is our Terran player. Tanks pretty fantastic versus lurkers, as it turns out, as you would expect. Irradiate coming in 2 science vessels in production. 4th base coming in the bottom right. This is a bit of a ninja expand from Killer. Strelok would not expect it to be here. As you'll notice, he has an SCV in the top left, which is the traditional 4th base here on Heartbreak Ridge. But no, bottom right is where it might very well be. Well, is very well be, and might very well be if you decide to look there, but Strelok has not found it yet. We'll see if he ever does. Again, ninja bases can hide for a while. So there are Scourge already out. Because at this point, the Spire is for Scourge. It's not going to be for Mutalisks. It could be for Mutas later, but not for the moment. Just more and more Marines, more science vessels. This is kind of a just a Marine tank science vessel style, which we've seen Flash execute so very, very well against Zerg players time and time again. Yeah, so the Lurkers hear that siege mode, and that is their invitation and their exhortation to get the heck on out of there. Defiler Mound on the way from Killer, too. This is some good stuff out of Killer. This is some high-level StarCraft, man. I don't know about going in. Yeah, the Lurkers are uncertain. They keep poking in and then pulling out. They don't like the tank count. It's a little bit too high for them. I think if it was maybe 2 tanks, they'd think about it, but they're not going to do it here. Let the Irradiates begin. Immediate burrow so that Lurker doesn't hurt any of his friends. And he's going to die. Because Irradiate's really good. No, he came up to hurt people before he died. All right. Fair enough, I suppose. Consume on the way. Like, Dark Swarm is going to help a million times here with these Lurkers. Yeah, Science Vessel just detecting the crap out of these guys. Where did the Scourge go? Scourge could pick this dude off. If they picked off the Science Vessel, it would help a lot for Killer. This Science Vessel keeps poking up here. Just almost inviting the Scourge to come kill him. And the pilot of a Science Vessel is a cyborg, right? Or is it like a person that's been enhanced with robotics, or is it a robot? I don't know. Killer going for it, ladies and gentlemen. Scourge trying to find those Science Vessels. No! Say the Marines. A lot of Marines are dying here, too. To the Lurker spines, but fairly equitable exchange, I gotta say. Irradiating those Lurkers as much as possible. Any more Science Vessels in production? No, not really. Seems to be happy with the 2, and I don't know, 6 to 8 might be what you want when you're dealing with this many Lurkers, and also with the Defilers. Lings running up, overextending, not going into Lurkers to pursue backside attack with the Zerglings and the Lurkers picking off that tank. Can they get him? They get the tank. And that means Lings are a lot better in this situation, and by golly, again, Strelok's army is just out on the map and getting obliterated. Ow. Killer is down in supply, but winning that was really, really nice for him. Bit of a drop heading up on the top side. That is a lot of Marines and medics. Is that one medic? Just Marines and medic? Seems like it is. Oh, I'm loving the drop play out of Strelok. He's like, you just wiped out my army. Guess what? I have another one. Yes, sure. Evolution Chamber seems a good thing to kill. Just started getting +1 melee attack engagement. Up here towards Strelok's natural. Not going very well for Killer, but the Dark Swarm changes that in a hurry. And Strelok has to pull back. These Marines are not being handled at all. The spawning pool. Oh, the spawning pool gets saved by the Lings coming to sacrifice their lives. Lurkers on base defense here too. Lurkers stabbing up on the other side of the map. It is just engagements all over the place right now. Overlord down does not supply block Killer. As again, he's lost a lot of units over here towards the natural base of Strelok. The offense not going super duper well. Defiler gets irradiated. Really should throw out a Consume and a Dark Swarm before he dies, but that's okay. This Marine ball, I was going to say, doing super well, but the Lurker count is a little bit too strong. They are backed into a corner, ladies and gentlemen, because of the Lurkers. I'm telling you, this base, if Strelok knew this base was here, he would have dropped it, and he didn't. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Look who's taking the top left, though. Strelok's expanding up this way. Reddit.com/r/. So it makes me think. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Gosh, I love Ultras so much. I wish they were better units, but they were pretty good nevertheless. Trying to drop on into the third base where there are established Sunkens. This is not a great place to unload, friends. The Lings are hammering, the Sunkens are helping, and that drop got essentially 0 things done. However, middle of the map is owned by Strelok, wiping out some Lurkers. These guys came... Oh, they snuck around Defiler Mound. Go and get sniped. Oh my gosh, can they get it? They got +2 attack. The Lurkers do not save it in time. Everybody dies, but they got the Defiler Mound. Counts for something. Strelok has another base, his third base, which is going to die to Lurkers and Lings. Oh, I don't think there's anything defending this at all. Lift it before it dies. Lift it. There's nothing here that can shoot up. There's the lift. This is where a Queen comes in for the infestation, eh? Ooh, you watch my recent cast with infested Terrans? If you haven't, you should. It came up last week. Maybe a couple days ago. I don't know. Defensive Matrix on Marines versus Sunken's going to do all right. Yeah, see, this is a different situation. Just A-moving into this is much different from being dropped on top of it. And this third base is in a bit of spot of trouble here. Lurkers coming in, burrowing in. But the hatchery goes down. The science vessels are fighting. Ling's trying to attack down this sneaky back path into the natural, but there are vultures in the mix now. Are we seeing a tech switch? Oh my gosh, there's battle cruisers. Are we seeing a tech switch into mech or battle cruiser? Oh, these drones though. Guys, it's not perfectly safe yet. Maybe you don't want to, you don't want to be mining here, but alright, do what you gotta do, guys. Lurker has good armor upgrades, but it's not enough, I don't think. Defensive Matrix Marine. Another Lurker down. The healing is really good here, but not enough. And there's only one medic remaining, and she's going to explode. And there she goes. Medic's hanging out inside Killer's main base, which is kind of hilarious. Has he replaced his Defiler Mound is the question. I don't know that he has, and I think that's a problem for him. Are you a Defiler Mound? No. Are you a Defiler? Any of you guys Defiler Mounds? No? Alright. Cool beans. Defiler, I don't know what you're doing up here by this Strelok completely abandoned command center, or hasn't been established yet command center. Seems weird, anyway. Alright, so Strelok, he's back on 3 bases. His third base is landed because there was nothing to kill the command center after it lifted. Chitin is plating on the way. Additional upgrades for Zerglings and Ultralisks coming in, which is nice because they don't have any attack upgrades yet. And here are our Ultra Boys. Looking so good in that remastered skin. We just don't get enough Ultralisks on this channel, honestly. I just wish they were better. I think they're my favorite unit in all of StarCraft. Just big, brawly things. And they're just not super great in either StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2, I feel like. That's all. Yeah, Lurkers showing up, wiping out all of the SCVs but one at the third base. Blah, 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 blah. Another Comsat station gonna die. Ultra with Dark Swarm, though, actually kind of terrifying. So with good Dark Swarm control, and against somebody who's maybe not that great with Terran, they're a little bit overpowered, but I think Strelok can handle this, right? I've seen Ultras be used against Terrans quite often, and I don't know that their win rate is super, super good. Science Vessel count is getting really nice, though. Let's not make any mistakes about that. Hey, battle cruisers are down here in the bottom right. You can't even see that on the minimap. I just went over here by accident. Look at that. Well, Scourge are good. Battle cruiser down. 7 kills on that BC. Who makes battle cruisers in a TVZ? I mean, apparently Strelok does. I did see those coming in the production tab. Did I mention them? Or did I just let them go uncommented until now? I don't know. There's a lot been going on, okay? Bases have been killed. Workers have died. Taking a hatch directly under the floating command center in the top left-hand corner, which is fan-friggin-tastic. Science Vessel count is high enough to just be... It's 6. Remember when I said 6 was a good number? 6 is a good number. Still a good number. Battle Cruiser. Oh, Scourge, say hello. And Battle Cruiser says goodbye. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. Battle Cruiser's not great because Scourge are so good against them. Lurker's getting irradiated into exploding, terrible, painful deaths. It looks like it hurts, and irradiating the Ultra is not bad either. It doesn't kill them, but does weaken them to the point where Marines and tanks can take them out a lot more easily. I mean, do they have 500 HP? 400 HP is what they've got. And guess who's coming up north? Strelok's like, hey, remember this base I've been scouting actively this entire time you've been building it? Yeah. I'm going to come kill it now. It's a bit of a trap up here, though. I kind of feel like if the Zerg army comes up here, you can do that trap scenario again, but some spider mines. Pretty good against ultras. Ooh, good hit there. Is that a good hit? Maybe it wasn't a good hit. I don't know. There's your irradiate once again. These guys, are they getting dropships to evacuate? I don't know, but they killed the hatch, which is nice. Are you going right? Oh, he juked. He's like, you thought I was going to go left. I'm going right. I'm going to kill all your SCV buddies. Oh, here goes nothing. Ow, ow, ow. SCVs, they're running. And you know what? A bunch of them are going to escape. There's a lot to be said about putting your head down and just running. If you live in the StarCraft universe, you can actually survive a lot of things. Reminds me of Rick and Morty, where Jerry... Anyway, it's really complicated, but the line is... I don't know, I just kept crawling and it kept working. Ah, Jerry. We are all Jerry, are we not? I think that's how things work. All right, so 118 to 98 total supply. Killer's up against the Terran, which is not great. Science Vessel taken down by Scourge. Were you irradiating things over here? Were you scouting? I can't believe these medics have been allowed to live as long as they have. Strelok's third base is back up, but it's not looking good for him. He's on 3 bases. The Zerg player is happily on 4, which 4 is better than 3. Although Strelok has landed the command center in the top left. That command center has seen some stuff, man. I'm not sure he even wants to saturate that because of all the bad things that can happen. Science Vessel is here to irradiate all of your Ultralisks. Were you wondering why we're here? Well, it's for that very particular reason. It's just to irradiate everybody into killing the lings around them. And if you're already injured, you will die to this. He needs more Scourge. These Science Vessels are allowed to do whatever they want. Whatever they please. The Ultralisks are on hold position away from everybody else at the moment. Is every single Ultra going to get irradiated? Well, 1 Science Vessel went down. Maybe 2. No, the Marines. That might have been a game-winning maneuver by Strelok. He was in trouble, but irradiating all of these Ultras means they are much less tanky than they otherwise would be, but maybe not. I guess they do still have 6 armor. So the Marines are going to do super well against them here. Wow. All right. Well, Irradiated Ultra is cleaning everybody up. 93 to 62 supply. Good game call, Strelok. And Killer is your winner. It looks like he wants the rematch too, but Killer's your winner here in 22 minutes and 21 seconds. That was the thing. That was a great game. Really enjoyed it. We had drops. We had Ultralisks. We had battle cruisers. And so many science vessels. Killer needed more tanks. He had the right idea. Irradiate the Ultralisks. Whoa, this guy has 9 hit points and 3 kills. Not great when you have more kills than hit points. Or maybe it is. Is it great? These guys are so low. Everybody's so low, but they won. And that's what matters, I guess, is that they won. But yeah, in this situation, you want tanks more than Marines because that 6 armor, it negates so much attack from the Marine. Look. Marines do 9 damage, which means that the 6 armor negates 6 of that damage. If they're pinging him for 3 attack, ping, 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 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 to get to 400. How many attacks is it to get to 400? And yes, stim means you attack faster and you attack harder, and it's great. But Marines are not the answer to Ultras and never really have been. I mean, that was close. That was really coming down to it. Again, these Ultras are all so close to death that if the Ultras die, I don't know if Strelok wins necessarily, but he's in a much better position than if these Ultras are still alive and still rampaging across the map. Although, kind of feels like a bit of a too early GG, though. Look, if the Ultras come over here, there's enough spider mines to just wipe them out. And these Ultras are largely Killer's army. I mean, Killer's not even in triple digits right now. He's making Zerglings, and he's making 3 more Ultras, which is nice. But it's not like he's on 8 bases or even 6 bases. He's on 4, main base getting mined out, third base looking okay, I guess. Natural, surprisingly brimming with mineral patches here, although none of them are very full. So I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say is I think Strelok saw the writing on the wall. He knew where he was. He was only on 3 bases at 22 minutes, which is a horrible place to be against anybody. And the Zerg player had a lot going on for him. And I don't know, was Strelok messing around a little bit? Making battle cruisers indicates maybe he was. Maybe he was messing around a little bit. But hey, It was fun stuff anyway. I had a good time with it, and I hope you did too. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.